This section was built about 1990, and they knew they had a noise problem, I think, soon after it was constructed. So the solution at that point was to put some fabric on the walls, and as far as we know, and I wasn't here back then, but as far as we know, it didn't hurt anything, but it certainly didn't solve the problem. Finally, we were brave enough to pull that fabric off the walls after about maybe 20 years now. So we're looking for something that'll eliminate this echo and the reverberation. It's a problem with children in here. We have a worship service in here now, and so there's always a lot of background noise. Plus, in checking with all our groups, we finally found a group that could not use this room because of the background din, reverberation, and so on. And that was our Cub Scout pack. They absolutely cannot meet in here because of the noise. So they're meeting at another church instead of our church.
So what do you think of the finished room?
Well, the sound is completely different. It's not a dead room at all. There's still a lot of life to it, but we don't have that reverberation and the din in the background and the echoing we had before, where if we would clap our hands, we could hear it about 7 or 8 times, and it reverberated for about, what did you think, 2-3 seconds, something like that. None of that reverberation that we had before. We don't have that now, and yet the room still has some life to it. We're anxious to try it with bigger groups and small groups and children and no children and see how it all works out. But so far, acoustically, it seems exactly what we wanted, and I think we're pretty close to where we want to be.
What do you think about how it looks?
We were sort of leery about that with our arch ceiling. It's not a straight ceiling like that. We have an arc. And we're afraid we're going to lose all of that along with the architectural detail, but it's turned out much better than I think we thought it would. And the installation went very well. We had other contractors bid as well with panels, but they weren't necessarily a company that dealt solely in acoustics. They would put up acoustical panels, but I didn't know what sort of guarantee or anything that they would have, and whether or not they were really qualified to do it. They were aligning panels more by aesthetics than by what we needed to handle the acoustics.